Hey guys, welcome back to Scuderia Car Parts. Today we're going to be having a look at this, which is a 430 Scuderia that we've essentially recommissioned. A couple of years ago we installed some BBS FIR wheels, so I thought we'd go and talk through those. And we've also done a bunch of carbon correction and paint correction, so let's go have a look. So the first thing to notice is that the car's sitting quite low, and there's a very good reason for that. We lowered it. When we lower cars, we always do a full geometry realignment just to make sure that the handling isn't impacted in any way, shape or form. And you'll notice that these are the BBS FIR wheels that I was talking about. Now there's a couple of reasons why these are so interesting. It might sound blasphemous on a supercar, but it's often well worth considering an aftermarket wheel from a reputable manufacturer depending on your needs. The ones that we're looking at, as I've said, are the BBS FIR wheels. So the reason that these are so clever is because they actually allow you to widen the rear track, or the track generally, while keeping the car on the standard tyres. So these are the standard tyres that were on the car, and the wheels are pushed outwards by the offset. So often what we'll do is we kind of always aim to get the wheel as close to the edge of the wheel arch as possible, and usually that's done with a sort of hub-centric spacer. But as you can see, that wheel is directly on the hub. There's no need for a spacer in there at all, and that's done largely through the offset, which is obviously the distance from the centre to the outside of the rim. One of the things that the wider track due to the offset will allow us to do, in combination with lowering the car, is the centre of gravity will drop quite significantly. And obviously that's great, because if you drop the centre of gravity, it leads to a lot less body roll through corners, and then a lot less pitching and diving of the nose when you're accelerating and braking. And often, there was a bit of a tendency on these cars to understeer when you're on the limits with the standard sort of hardware. But in most cases, you'll find that with a setup like this, where you have lighter wheels and a revised geometry setup, a lot of that tendency to understeer is ironed out. And when we talk about weight savings, that's kind of one of the key elements when it comes to wheels. There's a difference between sprung and unsprung mass on a car. So when we talk about unsprung versus sprung mass is weight that isn't supported by the suspension. And because, the physics are far too complex for even me to understand, but what I know is that when we're talking about weight losses of unsprung mass, you can use a multiplier of about 10 to translate it to the equivalent for sprung mass. So to give you an example, if each of these wheels was 1 kilogram lighter, the total weight saving around the car would be 4 kilos. But if we use that multiplier of 10, it results in a weight loss of 40 kilos. So what we're trying to say is losing 4 kilograms of unsprung mass, i.e. in the wheels, has the same impact on the dynamics of the car as losing 40 kilograms of sprung mass, i.e. from the interior or the bodywork or elsewhere, that is in fact suspended or handled by the suspension. The next thing that we did in the car was a full refresh of all of the carbon fibre elements, both on the inside and the engine bay, and any exterior elements. So if we have a look, getting it to focus on the surface that's this shiny isn't the easiest, but if we get it to focus on my hand, you should be able to see. It looks almost as if it's brand new. And that goes for these airbox covers, the plenums up there, and then the kind of walls of the engine bay. It all has been made to look as though it was brand new. Again, with the door cards, if we can get it to focus, it all looks completely brand new, all the way through to even elements like the steering wheel and the mirrors. So all of the carbon fibre, if we get to focus, all of the carbon fibre has been made to look brand new. So this car has, as I said, essentially been recommissioned. It's been lowered. We have the BBS FIR wheels on it, which is translated to a wider track, significant unsprung mass weight savings. We've then done a full paint correction, which is kind of hard to indicate. It actually needs a bit of a clean. But it has been detailed, and then all of the carbon fibre in the engine bay and the exterior and the interior has all been made to look brand new. So we're really excited with how it's come out, and we're sure the client is going to absolutely love it.